retention rates have always differentiated us from other direct selling companies. To tell you a story, when I first joined doTERRA 11 years ago, I heard my fellow founders talk to new potential wellness advocates about a 65% retention rate. I remember telling them they shouldn't mislead people. There's no way doTERRA's retention rate was that high. I'd spent 20 years in the direct selling world and knew that most direct selling companies had about a 10% retention rate. Well, my partners told me that doTERRA was different and I should do my own research. So I had access to all the data. I looked at retention backwards and forwards and sideways. I dissected everything and I went back to my partners with two conclusions. First, I was wrong. doTERRA's retention really was 65%. And second, our little company with only about $2 million in monthly revenue at the time was going to be huge. They said, "We know that. Now we're glad you know that," right? I then knew that doTERRA would grow faster than any other reputable direct selling company, but we would grow with strong roots that would be the foundation of an evergreen or a legacy company that could focus on mission rather than quarterly financial results. So how have we done? Right? We've grown to be about 100 times larger over the past decade, right? And our current global retention rate is 67%, okay? Even 70% in the United States, right? It gives me tremendous confidence that we'll continue to have great success for decades to come. On the employee side of doTERRA, we now have nearly 5,000 employees around the world. Some of our employees started this month, some started in 2008. In fact, I love how some of our most capable employees have been with us the longest. Drew Wolford started working as a member services agent for doTERRA in 2008 when he was attending a nearby university and about 75 pounds heavier, by the way. Now, 13 years later, and after experiences in New York, Europe, and working at our corporate office, he chairs the office of the CFO and is doing great work as he diligently, passionately, and competently helps lead doTERRA into the future. And of course, many of you know Ruby Leguizamon, right? One of our talented executive account managers. Ruby started working at doTERRA as a member services agent in 2010. A short time later, she became one of the company's first account managers. Now, 11 years later, she works with our U.S. Presidential Diamonds as an executive account manager. She also manages and helps create the Business Advancement Team, which helps support up-and-coming leaders throughout the world. During her time at doTERRA, Ruby's worked with thousands, if not tens of thousands of doTERRA leaders and has helped them build their doTERRA business and maximize the compensation plan. She is loved by all who work with her. And somehow, on top of all this, she's also an amazing mother of her 3 adorable children. Now, I just said that doTERRA is for everyone, but actually that's not completely true. doTERRA is not for those who want to cheat, steal, or just idle away their time. Unfortunately, there are those we may come across that just want a quick dollar without putting in any effort, or may want to be dishonest when talking about our products or our compensation opportunity. When we meet people like this, let's kindly wish them well, and let's look for another direct selling company, right? Yeah. They won't help us pursue what's pure, and they won't be part of our strong foundation. Now, let's spend just a minute on pure processes. I'm a process guy. I love things that are organized and flowing smoothly. I grew up on a farm. Picture here with my father on the farm. And one of the jobs I had growing up was to water fields of corn. We started with canvas dams and with lots of work with shovels to make sure that water got to the end of each row of corn. We then advanced to siphon tube irrigation. Still a lot of manual labor, but a big advancement. We then moved to polypipe tubing irrigation, and I thought the greatest advancement of all time had come into the world. The point is that processes change and evolve over time, but the principle remains the same. The principle when irrigating corn is to get water to the end of the row. In our business, the pure process that defines us is processing orders and paying commissions. As leaders in doTERRA, you work so hard to cultivate and nurture your teams. You plant the seeds by enrolling team members and lovingly nurture them. Your job, which you all do so well, I might add, is to plant and nurture your leaders. Our job as a company is to get water to the end of the row and ensure that each of your leaders gets watered. We do this first and foremost by processing orders and paying timely commissions. We aren't always perfect at what we do, but we always get water to the end of the row. In fact, in 13 years, we've never missed paying a commission, and we never will, okay?